This meeting is being recorded.
Thank you and good day. My name is Rudy Page. I'm the founder of Space Pathways Ecosystem. And today I'm just going to talk to you for a few minutes and take some questions. And we will be talking about what's called the SPECA KPS project. The SPECA KPS project actually comes from Montserrat, which is in the Leeward Islands of the Eastern Caribbean. And that community, that country had a volcano this year, a volcano eruption 30 years ago this year. And if you Google Montserrat volcano in the Caribbean, you'll get all the information about it. And the young people, and they were in primary school then, so these are talking about young people, no older than 11 years old, were displaced from Montserrat and had to go thousands of miles to go and live in the UK. So they have a project where they've recorded their stories and how they felt and poetry as young people who for generations had lived on that island. So KPS stands for Kinsale Primary School. So what we've done as SPECA, that's the Space Pathways Ecosystem, with them we've created a technology project where we're bringing together technology and community and the lived experience of young people in their neighborhoods. So I'm just going to spend a few minutes to talk about that, and then I'll take questions, and hopefully as well that you will do your own project, no doubt led by Mr. Abraham. And it would be great to actually twin you with this project as well. So just some of the background to this project then, as this is a boot camp. So we're now talking about the GIS system, geospatial information or geographic information system. And with this project, with the young people, we focus on mapping, identity, and the future. So that's mapping, identity, and the future. And in fact, using this GIS system, which is open to all, you can actually map the memories of your communities. So wherever you lived, or wherever you live, you could map some of the monuments and buildings and the spaces where your parents used to play, where your grandparents used to play, and maybe your parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents were actually part of building up that neighborhood, building up that community. And you may live in a community where you can find artifacts and buildings from hundreds, if not thousands of years ago. And that's what's great with this technology. It can map and you can identify what was the purpose. You can do your search and find out more about how the people lived, what did they do. And then many of you may have family and friends who've left your community, gone abroad to places like the UK, USA, and all around the world. So it can be quite exciting to map the journey of your community. And who knows, one day you as young people will follow that same journey yourself. So with the geographic information system, it provides us with a framework so we can map not only land and physical resources, so the neighborhoods where you live, but also culture and the social histories as well. So this is a great opportunity to think about the culture, the dance, the music, and you can map that using these systems as well. And the historical sites, as I've spoken about, the cultural landscapes. So the GIS actually gives you an interactive record, which is good because it supports preservation. It's important to preserve what was done in the past. And also it can help you focus as you become adults, the areas for development, of sustainable development. No doubt you've heard a lot about that. The other important thing for using the GIS system, it can also reveal how you and your communities use the spaces that you live in. And you can identify those places that have emotional or historical value. And of course, it can help you think about where you would like to see development in the future. And that can be based on the cultural heritage that's being passed down from your previous generations. And what is great about this approach as well, it means that it's open to people young people who are in formal education, informal, non-formal. So it's open for all, which is most important. And your area of focus when it comes to your community in terms of its development, the term we use, all voices must be heard. So that means as well, with your mapping, you could also advise the planners, those people who are thinking about the future of your area, what you would like to see as well, and where you'd like to see it. So as a project, this is quite exciting for young people. It's a great opportunity. And there's another area that I touched on that's quite important. It's important to, when people leave to go for work, to college, then into other countries, it is good if you're able to have a project where you could track them and track them through the links, which countries that they're going to, what are they going to do there, and what are the young people doing there? How are the young people tackling some of the issues that they want to address in their communities? And of course, some of the ideas that you have as well, you can share those with other young people as well. Because there's young people all around the world always like to connect. And I think that this boot camp is a great idea. And I hope that you will all think of ways, think of projects and activities that you could connect to families and to communities around the world. So again, this is a great opportunity, not just families, your own families, not just your own communities, but getting to know other people and other cultures. So every community, every neighborhood has their own story. Every community, every neighborhood has a memory, has an identity. And of course, always looking forward to the future. So I'll stop there, Mr. Abraham, and I could take any questions.
Hello, Rudy.
Good day.
Can we hear me, please?
I can hear, but echo. Sounds as though there's two devices in the same room.
Okay, I think better.
Still got to echo.
Okay. So I think to reiterate what Mr. Rudy has been saying, he has been talking about a project whereby we use space systems or space technology rather to solve problems in our community. Using space systems and space technology to solve problems in our community. Do we understand, please?
Or even to do some mapping. So it could be just a mapping project. Yeah.
Yes. As she has said, we are trying to use space technology to be able to solve community problems. Who can tell me a community problem that you have spotted that you are trying to solve? Okay. A problem that you have spotted that you are trying to solve. Are you raising up your hand? Maybe there are lots of, okay. Pollution. Can you elaborate on that? What kind of pollution?
It's a great one. Pollution.
Plastic pollution.
Plastic pollution.
Plastic
Excellent.
pollution.
Okay.
Plastic pollution. So the question is, how can we use space technology to solve the problem of plastic pollution?
Yes, great one. Any more? Or should we discuss how the community and where is it coming from? Where is that pollution coming from? Who is responsible?
So the pollution is coming from people in the community. Maybe they are not enlightened about this kind of pollution. So people in the community that are not so enlightened about this kind of pollution. So people dropping their plastic everywhere. So it's causing pollution in drainage channels and the likes. So how can we use some of this technology to solve that problem?
Is the plastic pollution causing flooding in the neighborhood, in the community?
Yes.
Does anybody have any ideas on how to reduce the plastic pollution?
Okay.
I'll suggest recycling of plastic bottles.
Okay. She says she will suggest recycling plastic bottles.
Okay, that's very good.
Getting your own recyclable water bottle.
Okay.
Okay.
Getting your own recyclable water bottles.
Good idea.
Not using much of plastics.
Not using much of plastics.
Good idea.
Enlightenment programs on the negative effects of plastics on the road.
Enlightening the community on the effect of this plastic pollution.
Excellent.
Okay.
Don't show that. Don't show them in the. Don't show your plastic in the floor.
Yes, that's a very good one.
Don't throw your plastic in the flood or drainage canals.
Yeah.
Proper environmental sanitation.
Proper environmental sanitation. Committee.
Sir, I want to ask you a question about you. No. Do you have an answer to that?
Reduce the use of plastic nylons.
Reducing the use of plastic nylons. And the
Yeah.
last person.
If you recycle plastic, you can use it to make many things.
If you recycle plastic well, you can use it to make so many other things. And the
That's
last person.
great idea.
Punishing offenders by the authorities.
Okay. You punish the offenders by government authorities.
Fines.
Proper disposal of plastic.
Proper disposal of plastic. So these are the answers.
And there's some of the solutions. So we then have to think about what actions are going to be taken. So we would need to know then what actions need to be taken. So an action plan. And I think maybe Mr. Abraham, you might be able to say, by using GIS systems, even a simple one such as Google Earth, you could look down and see in the neighborhood, in the community, where most of the pollution is when it comes to plastic pollution. Because sometimes when we're on the ground, we can't see what can be better seen from the air. So it's just a thought that could be the start of a project for the young people. Then it would help to map out where, particularly in the neighborhoods and communities, where there is all of this plastic pollution, and maybe where it should go.
Okay. All right, so what he's trying to say. Okay, thank you. What he's trying to say, did anybody get that? Do you know GIS system? So he was saying that we can work on a project whereby you have a GIS system. What's the full meaning? geographical information.
Geographic information system.
Is that correct? Where you can use that form of tracking to be able to know where you have this pollution, this plastic pollution in your community. Maybe you develop an application that can track where you have this pollution, then you report it. Then if there is any sanction from the government, they'll be able to spot where we have this pollution and be able to address it. You get? So one of you can maybe think of building an application in the future that tracks where you have plastic pollution. A young person also came to me and said that he's building an application that wherever you see plastic pollution, you just enter the location on the application and you snap it. I'm seeing the plastic pollution there, you enter it on the application. And at the back end, the government officials have access to it. So they'll be able to track that location and be able to solve that problem. So some of these are solutions that you can use to address some of this problem. Another one is government policy. And I believe Rudy still has so much to say about that.
Yeah. So actually, I think that is such a great idea to create an app where anyone in the community can snap a picture, then send that picture to the relevant government department. And because that's providing evidence and that's mapping as well. Also, what that could do as well, it could also help you to understand about mapping and the collection of data. So we're now talking about data collection. And of course, that data could then be put together and you could create a report and actually start to understand better where maybe pollution is being deposited and maybe who's doing it as well. So it comes down to land use. And sometimes the way land is used, those decisions can have an impact on vulnerable communities. And of course, those communities may want their area to be developed. And, you know, young people want jobs, they want play areas, they want football pitches. Maybe some of these areas could be places of recreation for young people. And then if you gather this evidence with the pictures or the data, you could contact your local authority, your local councillors and say, well, look, if this land was clear and we could have more things for young people, training, development, organizations like UNIVAST could make a difference in the communities, in the neighborhoods, and give more opportunities to young people.
All right. Who was able to grasp what he was saying? Were you able to understand what he was saying? Okay. Who can help us? What he just said, do you understand it? Who understands it? All right. So he was talking about policies. The government can have a structure around it that they can give policies on land use. So when you have like that application I was talking about, that you snap the pictures of communities, areas, or location where you see this plastic pollution, you can send it and the government can take better actions. Apart from that, there is someone presently building an application and a company whereby anyone that wants to dispose your plastic, you can actually dispose it to the company. So instead of just throwing it away, you can tell the company to come and take it from your house and the company pays you for it. Is that a solution? So you can gather some of this plastic instead of just throwing it in the drainage channels or places that will cause plastic pollution. You gather it together, message the company comes to your house, they weigh the plastic, then they pay you for it. By the name of the company, don't let me expose the name of the company, but the company would soon go through Lagos, Nigeria, and all over the world. But they are building the application now, and they are about to launch. So that's a solution. That's a solution to some of these challenges, whereby instead of just throwing it away, you can actually make money by disposing it correctly. Are you getting? So who has a question? Last question. Yes. What's your question?
Good day, sir. You said that you wanted to use like space technology to help like the problems of the world, but then some of the technology might render human beings unemployed. And through unemployment, laziness happens. And through laziness, the environment becomes worse and worse to the point even the space technology, they have limits. Or sometimes, rural areas, some of them aren't rich enough to afford it. So their environments might be worse than it before. Because when humans come together to achieve a goal, they succeed in it. So, but if space technology is there, the laziness, everybody thinks the thing can do it. That's why robots, they give robots limits too. Because robots can also do everything. They have to recharge. It's just what I'm trying to say. Maybe that space technology can't fix every problem. Maybe specific ones. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I understand you make an interesting and good point, and the answer to your question is very much in what you stated. So space technologies, they are just a tool. They're a tool for development use. So if you've got a purpose in your neighborhood and community, like we've just been speaking about, then you would use that knowledge and that understanding to solve the problem. So space technology can be used as for good, and it could be used for any other reasons, just like any other tool. It's no different. And in fact, the tools of space technologies can improve people's lives. It can help people understand where they've come from, where their communities, the culture, the generations, your parents, grandparents, what did they do all them years ago, to what you now need to do in your own interest. And that's why an event like this is really good, because it's actually designed for you to think about how can you make better use of the resources that you have. You have the tools of, as I said, space technology is just a tool, but most important, how can you make your lives better in your neighborhoods, in your communities? And you mentioned the rural communities. Again, yes, it's really important. So again, you can use the technology to go and speak to the young people in the rural areas and ask them, what do they want for themselves? How have people in the past made their way in the world? What did they do? What did they use? And what they're using now? What are their parents and grandparents doing now? How can you apply the technology? Can you produce an app that will actually make their lives better? Given the opportunity that you young people are having now to learn about technology, you learn STEM, you've got great teachers. So maybe one of the best ways to look at this is to say, how can I help my community? Or how can I help another community to find their way in the world using these apps, using technology? Technology is just a tool.
Okay, so he answered your question. So it's how you use the technology that is very important. So there are lots of technologies, like he said, the GIS system. There is also a technology from NASA that can help you track disasters,
Yes.
wildfire and other disasters in your community. Are you here? So there's a technology from NASA I can show you. Maybe if anybody is interested, you can, natural disaster, you can fetch data. So technology cannot solve all the problems of the world, but you have to spot the problem that you have that technology can solve, and you use it in a way that is ethical. You get? So you said, oh, AI also, people believe that AI will solve most problems, end up on people jobless, but it will create lots of opportunities for some people too. Like you use AI. Has it helped you? So there's a positive side to technology, and you can use it effectively for your community problem and also for the problem that you face. Are you getting? So we should not only see the bad side of technology, we should also see the good side and how to use it ethically to solve major problems in our community. So space technology, like the GIS system, is actually a space technology, right? And it can help you track so many things and solve so many problems, right? Like the Google Map is also a very good technology, and it has helped so many people to be able to locate here today, right? Who is used Google Map today?
That's good.
One person, you can imagine. So those technologies are very, very good. You use Google Map. That's great. He said, use ChatGPT. Very good. So there are lots of space technologies that you can also use to be able to better your life, your community, and your society. I think that's the last question. Yes, remarks from you, Rudy. Remarks.
Thank you very much. And I'm really pleased the young person who made the point about pollution in terms of answering that question. What are the issues that we want to address, the challenges in our local community? And pollution is a really important, and I hope to work with you all, with Mr. Abraham, to develop a project. And it would be great to see somebody produce an app, just, you know, in the beginning, simple. As we said, they snap the picture and send the picture into the authorities, but also start to, you know, build a database of places that maybe should be transformed into areas for young people as well in the neighborhood, so that they can enjoy themselves or create businesses. Somebody mentioned about the recycling, but turning the recycling into a business as well. And that can obviously be a technology business as well, based on the recycling. So there's lots of ways as well. Again, it was mentioned about taking pictures, sending the pictures to other businesses to come and collect. That's a business as well, of course. It might be a commission to earn. So there's lots of creativity that can be applied to this to help transform the community. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so what he was trying to say is that we should have a project. So what any of you can, maybe we'll form a group, we'll have a project, can be here and can be in the future, a project that addresses community problem with use of technology. So he was talking about the two projects that we mentioned, which is taking pictures, sent to appropriate authorities, and also the business side where you sell those plastic bottles to a company. All right. So the one I said I wanted to show you from NASA, this technology, I can see it. Can you see it? Showing red dots. Can you see it? So this is tracking wildfires. I'm coming there, don't worry. Wildfires. So you can have it, you can see where the area that is prone to wildfire anywhere in the world. Can you see it? So by the way, this is UNIVAST app. We're going to launch it tomorrow. So you have access to it if you have access to phones. Okay, that's fine.
And of course, Google Earth.
Technology that is solving community challenges. So anywhere in the world, you can see areas that are prone to wildfire, and you can report, maybe call the appropriate authority to be able to address it. Can you see that space technology can actually solve many problems? Can you see that? Can you see that? Okay, that's great. Thank you so much, Mr. Rudy.
Thank
Please,
you.
let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you very much. Look forward to seeing
Thank
your
you.
ideas soon.
So speak soon.
Take
care.
care. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, a round of applause for ourselves.